Hello and welcome to an InkDependence.com brief video review and water drop test. This time we have Atramentis' olive green. A lot of times when you get an olive green ink, you get sort of a like an army green, that sort of thing, an olive drab or something. This was a Goulet ink sample. It's one of the ones I got when they did a big Atramentis blowout. So I've got a lot of these Atramentis inks that I haven't really gotten to. And you can see in the bottle, it looks kind of like it's going to be an olive drab, but it's really not once you get it on the paper. And I was using it in this Wall Eversharp Skyliner, this guy right here, which has a semi-flexible nib like this. That usually runs a little bit wet, but this ink already runs wet, so maybe not the best combination. You do, however, get a lot of really good shading out of this ink, which is neat. If you look down here, I don't know, where it says shading, yeah, right there. That's, yeah, you get a lot of shading on this ink. You don't get a lot of shading when you use it on copy paper. Here's the copy paper test, just for comparison. Looks like this. It's really, I mean, there's a little bit of shading, I suppose, but this ink is pretty thin. It's not very viscous, so it tends to slosh around on the page a little bit even. When you are drawing or writing, you'll get a little bit of ink that kind of follows the nib around, you know, that sort of thing. So it's a pretty watery ink. It's pretty thin. And that means that it's got this big problem of bleeding and feathering and spreading. You can see here, that's the back end of that page. This is Staples 20-pound copy paper, and man, it just came right through. And it didn't quite get on the page beneath it, but almost. So, yeah, not great if you're going to use it on copy paper. If you're going to use it on Rhodia, though, it's really cool. It's a very awesome color. It really does look like olives. I love olives, and this one just looks like olives to me. There's the smear you can see there. It's got lots and lots of different olive sort of colors in there. And then here in the comparison, I've got Toucan's Umber and Pomegranate from Levenger and Diamine Salamander, which looks really black here, but I think it's just kind of a wet nib I was using it in. And then the Toucan Bright Green down there, which is all of these are much different than this olive green. I don't have anything like this exactly in my collection. The closest thing, and it's not a very favorable comparison, is Noodler's Rome Burning. And I don't know if anybody really likes Rome Burning. It's a weirdo color. It's more of an earwax gold than this cool olive green. I like this color much better. So there you go. Alright, let's check out the water drop test on this thing, and then look at some chromatography and see what we end up with. So here it goes. Ooh, kind of went overboard, but that's alright. Can't really control how much water you spill when you spill water, so this is a fine test. Alright, we'll let it sit there a little bit. I have no particular reason to think this is going to have any water resistance whatsoever, but that's what these videos are for, ostensibly, so there you go. Alright. Yeah, look at all that green and yellow kind of gross color that came up off of there. And if you look at the page, not a whole lot really stuck around, and that was pretty brief exposure. So, yeah, not really water resistant, although who really thought it was going to be, right? But you do have this very cool color, and I love a nice cool color. Something a bit unique is always excellent. Alright, this has been Atramentis' Olive Green. If you're looking for an olive green that really looks like olives and doesn't look like army green trucks, check that out. Oh, here's the chromatography. I actually just did this, so it's just newly dry. Here it is. See, there's a bit of gray down at the bottom. This is kind of common with a lot of these green inks. You get a little bit of gray at the bottom, and then it fades upward into oranges and yellows and greens. Very complicated chromatography on this one, actually. That's kind of neat. Get a little closer to the camera and zoom in. And there you go. Look at that. Whole bunch of colors. But not much sticking around. There's going to be a little bit of this stuff sticking around here. Not much else. All right. So, Atramentis is olive green. This has been InkDependence.com. Go check out the blog at InkDependence.com for all kinds of pictures and such, close-ups and the full-on written review of this ink. Also, if you are interested in supporting the InkDependence.com effort, please go to www.patreon.com/InkDependence to see how you can help out. Trust me, every dollar counts. Thanks very much, folks. See you later.